I must be honest, I definitely prefer the TikTok platform that, irons out all those wrinkles, but I'm really hoping to kill two birds with one stone over here. This is a video that's going to be going out to my email list, but I wanted to just explain to my YouTubers exactly what's going on here. For those of you that have been around from the beginning, it's been messy. This YouTube channel actually started out of sheer frustration with God because He had been telling me to write a book for many, many, many years. The title of the book, however, was From Victim to Victor. And I never saw myself as a victor because I had been a raging addict for most of my life. I'm now very pleased to say that I have actually launched a community recently where I get to teach others that you actually need to see yourself as the victor before the victory is going to happen. That community is called Victorious Breakthrough. It is my baby. It is the reason I wake up every day because it's really like a one-stop breakthrough spot. It's a place of spirit, soul, body, and financial breakthrough. And, because a lot of people seem to attribute success with having a lot of money, that's quite sad because true success is to have success, spirit, soul, body, and finance. What I'm going to do though quickly is just focus on the finance side for you because that's what a lot of people just seem to be looking at lately, especially now going into January. And it was only last year, for the first time in my entire life, that I was able to go into a January completely, with peace of mind. And I'll tell you why. I've been in the online space now for over 10 years due to chronic illness. I've struggled chronic illness now for 26 years. And in a way, it's a blessing because if it hadn't been for that, I would never have discovered what I did back in March of last year. I discovered it in March and was extremely suspicious. I think if you're not suspicious, you're not human. When I heard that I could earn 100% profit, I could work 2 hours a day, I would never have to look for a customer, and that I needed no skills. Of course, it sounded too good to be true. What ticked boxes for me, though, were that I didn't need skills, although that was something that was great for me because I'm an absolute tech idiot. The no skills thing lined up with my vision down the line, and that vision is to have a haven, a healing sanctuary for women that have come out of abusive relationships or people that have lost years through addiction. And now what? Now what did they do? So I really wanted I want a healing haven where people can receive deep inner healing, but also be able to equip themselves with skills so that they can move from the healing haven to their own home. So that's the vision down the line. Just briefly, I want to explain to you what it is that I discovered because you need to hear about it. It is changing lives all around the world, and I feel very blessed to be a part of it. I feel very blessed to be able to walk a journey alongside people in this industry. So basically what it is and what I discovered back in March of last year, my husband and I were drowning in debt. We were getting food from our church and we had no retirement plan. And we were very naughty because we were getting food from our church. But I said to my husband, I said, you know what, we're in hundreds of thousands of rands worth of debt. We've got like about $600 left on our credit card. Maybe we should use that. and buy the $600 program. Although there was a $900 program that had already come out, I could not afford it. We could only get that $600 program. And truth, I cried my eyeballs out for the first week and a half because I was out of my comfort zone. And I must tell you, by the way, that's where the magic happens. But I was outside of my comfort zone because the first part of the program is going to be watching videos, pausing them and implementing them as it teaches you how to connect your private information to the done for you website that you get along with it. So, well, the done for you website is $39 over and above the program that you choose. There's a $100 program, a $300, a $600, and a $900. I'm an all or nothing kind of person. That's why if I could have gotten the 900, I would have, but I went with the 600. To cut a long story short, this was my experience. A week and a half in, I came across the module, Mastering a 2-Hour Workday. And I must be honest, that for me became the focus. Because I struggle with chronic illness, I could not afford to be stressed. I couldn't afford it. In previous years in multi-level marketing, I had been trying to build that business for almost 6 years, and it was literally killing me because of the stress, the targets, the hours. And for those of you that have done multi-level marketing, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not dissing it. It's about finding what works for you online. Anyway, put the $600 program. The moment I saw I could master that 2-hour workday, that became my focus. And I was literally 2 weeks in, sitting on my bed early in the morning, sharing scripture on Facebook, which is what I do. I do that 6 days a week, and that is my passion. And I was busy doing that when, cut a very long story short, I had my first $600 sale happen. I phoned my husband, crying my eyeballs out. Although at by that stage already, I had seen the massive value in what I had purchased. Because, years before, just after my father passed away, actually, and he left me some money, I invested in life coaching, and that cost me 14,000 Rand just for 8 lessons of an hour lesson over an 8-week period. So I fully understood the value in what I had purchased for just $600. Anyway, I cried my eyeballs out. My husband said, well, you have to upgrade to the 900, which was a no-brainer because the $600 program starts teaching you how to make multiple streams of income online. My friends, when you see how many different ways there are to make money online, you cannot unsee it. However, the $900 program was going to teach me how to make not just multiple streams of income, but how to make recurring income as well. And that was super important for me because my husband and I don't have a retirement. The plan is I will retire him by November so that we can go traveling in our motorhome. Now, right throughout this video, I'm going to share just some wins from our community because talk is cheap. I always say talk is cheap, but documentation speaks a lot louder. So like right throughout, I'm sharing wins that have happened in our community. Currently, we have over 57,000 people in our community, which I think in itself says that there's something going on there. The wins, there are now over 1 million wins in our community, and wins can be anything from financial wins. There are lots of financial wins. There are wins like I did my first live, or I had so many leads come in bottom line is there are a million wins in our community at the moment. And what I love about it is because we earn 100% profit, the love, the support, and 24/7 global support that you receive in that community is completely authentic, because no one is making any money off anyone else. And I think that for me is a really big thing. Then, outside of looking at the wins, I highly, highly recommend have a look at what Forbes is saying. So Forbes said that by 2015, it would be a $15 billion industry. In 2025, it was a $325 billion industry. If you have a look, what Forbes is currently saying is it is skyrocketing and the demand is huge. So I really, really want to encourage you, if you have not looked at the digital online space, specifically the e-learning industry, and you're ready to learn more, and you're ready to turn your family's life around, I reckon you should just type ready in the comments and I'll be sure to get you those details. But most of all, I really hope that it's an answer to prayer for you, because it has been an answer to prayer for myself and many, many, many others in our community. With that, I'd love to wish you an incredibly blessed, beautiful weekend. I hope you're spending it with the people you love, doing the things you love, because my friends, life is too short to settle. Take care and God bless.